Hi, it's AlQuest.
I forgot that's the intro.
That's it.
I expected there to be a long intro and the whole thing.
It's such a good intro.
It's to the point. I should have a short version of the regular intro, just for occasions.
It just plays the last note of the song.
That's it. And hello everyone, welcome to AlQuest. This is not YouTube. Please act accordingly.
Oh, YouTube is so much fun.
Everyone knows how AlQuest works, right? You guys know what's going on here. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. I actually set the category to Dungeons and Dragons this time instead of tabletop role-playing games.
Okay.
Ooh.
Previously, I've been setting it to tabletop because that's what we did for the Ironsworn game back in Dobbs Quest.
But it's not that anymore.
But this is actually Dungeons and Dragons, so it's like, you know
real
what?
deal.
Yeah, let's set it to the actual category. We are here playing 5E with 5 players. Oh, the music is kicking in. Joining us tonight, joining me as part of the party tonight, we have our lucky guest stars coming in all the way from YouTube, playing as the wild card sorcerer who's very happy to be here. We have Germ Dove.
I'm gonna get some chips. Anybody want some?
As the aggressively staying out of it druid, we have Daysnick.
Good evening.
The anything for a laugh rogue. It's GameCube.
Please, I can't stress this enough. No backseating.
And the borderline crime Turtle.
Hello.
And I'm Dobbs. I'm playing the Bard. And everyone give it up. A round of applause for our Dungeon Master, the one, the only Al.
Hello, it's me. You guys ready to play D&D?
I brought snacks.
Oh, wow. Guess not.
I guess we have to roll for
I was
that.
getting chips.
Oh boy.
Well, we got our chips.
It's gonna be a
The
night.
chips are down.
It's gonna be a night. I heard we're gonna get attacked by a ski-free monster.
If I'm not mistaken, did Germdove request to do the recap or something?
Yeah,
this
he
time?
did actually. He went out of his
did.
way.
Germdove, why don't you get everybody caught up on what happened?
Gosh,
Let's assume that everybody knows what happened in the first episode. Our players found their way to the Diamond Peak Lodge
by comparison,
through a snowstorm.
nothing
But what happened last episode?
in the first episode?
So, we settled into the lodge for the night. Dorco was rightfully confined to a magically locked cupboard by Glane, who made a mess in the process. A big mess. We were given a few days to prepare for the lumbercap by Dane, and then we spent the morning first identifying potions. One of those was immediately consumed by Dagwin, who felt pretty good about it. Then Dorgan immediately used a love potion to try and assault an NPC at the lodge. Thankfully, this is thwarted by Dorian, who had managed not to fall in love with anyone. Glane learned that one of the lodge staff is actually a thief, and was charged an extra fee for making such a mess of his room. He was offered a way to get out of it by stealing an amulet from Lord Colnelly. Glane's plan to steal this was spectacularly unsuccessful, causing him to lose his own potion of do a backflip. Finally, we visit the shop for supplies and learned of some of the strange, nearly useless items that were for sale, and we're going to be headed towards a skiing trip soon?
That was a really good recap. Like, that was excellent. It covered all the points. Did AI write that?
Hit all the highlights.
No, actually, I just wrote that.
Okay. The way you read it, it gave the impression that maybe AI had wrote it. It was very good. That pretty much covers all the major events, I think.
We should have the TikTok voice read it out for us.
There's too many annoying TikTok voices.
I learned about a cat burglar.
That's right. We learned about the cat burglar, a mysterious, enigmatic criminal who targets cats.
Cats. Specifically cats.
Anybody else have anything they want to add?
we
Savannah
are
was
having some team building problems.
Hey, a little
Savannah-
friction. Go ahead.
Savannah was disgusted to learn that the bard is the most decent comrade in the party, except for maybe the sorcerer, who's still a little weird and difficult to read.
Yeah, we had some people going off on their own missions, not consulting with the team. Some team building is in order for this session. But real quick, before we get into the team building portion of the adventure, let's talk about what some people are doing here in the lodge right now. I think Dorian, we ended with an attempt to get the Goblin Dorko to not get any more blood on his hands. I think Dorian wants to free the Goblin Dorko.
I do.
We do know that Glane threw this goblin into a chest in his room and sealed the lock with this ancient key. One funny thing about that, very, very funny. You see, this key, it does let you lock a mundane lock as if using the arcane lock spell once per day. It has this ability. Last night, that ability was used, but not by Glane, by the Goblin Dorko himself to lock Dugan Delale's chest. So when Glane went to lock this goblin into this chest, thinking that he was creating a magical lock, Dorian pops the chest open, seeing that it was never actually locked at all. Dorko spent the night in the chest.
You idiot. You were so
Dorian now has the key.
I have the key. Great. Okay.
And it is charged because a long rest has been taken.
Okay, great. I'm pocketing that. So I am getting Dorko out of the chest. I'm holding my nose.
Yeah, Dorko covered in filth.
This is awful.
Probably some of this before you guys captured him. He probably was already pretty filthy.
Yeah, now it's just rank.
You free me,
Hi.
Dorko says.
Yes. All right. Look. I'm gathering that you may not exactly be welcome by some of the people here. You may want to leave.
Dorko sort of looks around the bedroom, the warm bedroom here. Says, it's nice here.
Look,
It's cold out there.
it is. I've got you a nice jacket.
Are you giving him the cold weather gear?
I'm giving him the cold weather gear
The
that
one
I
you
had bought for
Torgan
Torgan.
that Torgan
Torgan
spurned.
declined.
Okay, give me. Okay, so you're basically gonna try to help him get out of here.
Yeah, I want to get him away from here.
How do you do this?
All right.
What's your approach here?
So
Decide what we're gonna roll.
So we're upstairs. I'd like to not draw attention to myself. I basically
Sure.
just want to give we got a big oversized cloak, cold weather gear. I want to get this guy under it and basically just calmly walk him outside as though everything is perfectly normal. There is no goblin under this. Maybe I'm just carrying an extra bundle of cloth out. Who can say?
Sure, you get him underneath your cloak. He takes the cold weather clothes and sort of puts those on, which maybe he blends in with your furs and things as well. We cut to downstairs. You see that Orson Call Nelly is sort of, like rubbing his elbow, and his mother is sort of doting over him, having just fallen down the stairs. Orson says, "Sorry, Mother. I was just excited. I tried to do a backflip. Luckily, I didn't spill Father's potion. And he holds up the potion of backflip.
The ultimate. The ultimate.
That weird waiter
dumb
gave it
joke.
to me.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys, who are all downstairs, sort of see this happening in the main area. And Dorian comes down the stairs. What is everybody doing right now? Does anybody think that they're looking at Dorian?
I see Savannah and Dagwin in here.
I was reading and being somewhat distracted, chatting with the tinkerer. I
I'm
probably
just
wouldn't.
absent-mindedly looking at my dagger collection.
Ah, daggers.
Okay, let's.
I'm checking out this barrel.
Okay, I don't think anybody has a reason to think that you're doing anything suspicious in this moment. So let's just make a stealth roll, and it'll be against everybody's passive perception. This is a good time to introduce passive perception. When you're looking for something, you roll a perception roll, but everybody does have a passive ability score for perception. And you know what? I'm not sure where that's at on this character sheet.
Oh.
Where do they show the passive scores? I'll just look at D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
For example, Savannah, with a wisdom of 3, has a passive perception of 15. Actually, pretty perceptive with a high wisdom score.
Is it just equal to 10 plus your perception modifier?
It might be. It's probably not that. It's
Yeah,
probably
there's probably a
10
few.
plus your wisdom plus your proficiency, because you could potentially have expertise in perception, but I don't know. It
Right.
might count for passive as well.
Good point, good point. All right, well, I'm going to roll my stealth check
Okay.
then. Here we go.
Yeah, make a stealth check. Because nobody's looking for you, you're going to get advantage on this.
Oh, good.
Oh, good
Thank
too.
goodness.
Good thing, because that was a low roll.
All right, well, I'm just going to roll one more normal.
I guess the chaos created by Orson.
Oh,
Wow,
good.
that was
Well,
bad. You're shuffling out the back door, and anybody with I think everybody has a higher passive perception. Anybody who's in here does notice Dorian sort of making his way outside.
I'm noticed. Hello.
But it's up to you guys if you actually want to. What you do about that. But yeah, I'm assuming out the back door here.
Yeah.
You travel
I mean-
with Dorko the Goblin.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Do we just notice him going outside, or does Dorkan make himself known at all?
I think you notice him going outside in a suspicious way, for sure. I'm rolling a stealth check for
Just
Dorko.
taking my cloak for a walk.
We might be surprised to know that Dorko actually has a +6 in stealth.
No, well, that's good.
He has expertise in stealth. And he's going to roll this with advantage, like Dobbs did.
Good job, Dorko.
Well, he almost rolled in that one, but no, you don't notice Dorko at all. You just notice Dorian sort of shuffling his way outside, like walking in with a weird cadence. But no, you don't see the goblin.
I guess the only reason that I would want, I wave down Dorian and say, "Hey, are we gonna go to the skiing?"
Yes, be right there.
Oh, I can come with you.
Well, come on.
I follow Dorian out the door.
Dagwin's still under the positivity potion effects, is that right?
How long did that last? An hour?
I think that was an hour, yeah.
I'll say maybe, yeah, potentially. I'll leave it up to you, actually, because, haven't been calculating the minutes here, but...
I think it'll be
It could be.
funnier if he is.
I think so too.
Yeah, sure, it is, yeah.
Savannah might follow them because these are the only two that seem to have any sense at all.
And that's pushing it.
I'm stuck. I
Oh,
can't get
no, the
out.
door closed.
Oh, whoops, I think we're all clicking on it at the same time.
Oh, great.
Yeah, okay, you
I'm
guys
not
go
even
outside
for
with
this.
Dorian. Dorian's sort
Oh.
of standing here with a wide coat.
Dagwin, Savannah.
Savannah just kind of sniffs and she's like, "Is this
Yeah.
what are we up to?"
Well, I for one personally don't enjoy the thought of a a slowly rotting corpse among our belongings. So I've taken it upon myself to deal with that in a more humane way. I'm stealing a goblin. The Great Goblin Heist.
You're going to kill him yourself?
No. Dorko, I think it would be best if you head off to be amongst your homeland here and not right here in this lodge.
Dorko sort of comes out from beneath your coat. You guys see he's wearing like this big fur coat. It's like luxury fur coat. That's way too big for him.
It's Torgan sized.
Looks up at you with these little puppy dog eyes, and then he says, "Okay, Dorko, go."
I'm sorry, Dorko.
I don't know that I trust Dorko among his own kind. He attacked us once. He might do it again.
Well, if he does, I think he'll know what's waiting for him. And I'll sort of gesture to our multiple blades.
Dorko looks at you, Dagwin. Why do you hate goblins?
I
What we
don't
do
hate
to
all
you?
goblins.
Yeah, he's the most positive guy I know right now.
I hate
I hate your particular
Dogjaws.
brand of goblin. I'm not racist against all goblins. Just your type.
Dorko, could you consider perhaps giving up the dog jaws and joining us instead? If you renounce all ties to the dog jaws, I would be more than willing to let you stay here in a nice warm inn.
Dorko says, you seem pretty strong, but Prometheus much strong. Sorry.
Well, Dorko, I have a strange feeling that our paths may cross again sometime.
Maybe he runs off in the woods.
And I think that maybe perhaps in somewhere in this grand tale that we... Oh, he's gone, isn't he? Well.
Very unceremoniously, Dorko just leaves.
Perfect.
It seems like the goblins, you know, Dagwin, the goblins, like, they could be persuaded to follow you, but you're gonna have to prove yourself. They follow, like, the strongest. Goblin-like tribes often come under the leadership of, like, hobgoblins or bugbears, sometimes, like, giants, ogres,
Or like
things like that.
cyclopses.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Just an out-of-character observation.
Potentially, yeah. Potentially, yeah.
Maybe. I'll never tell. Let's not mention this to the others, perhaps.
Yes. Agreed.
So they can also be looking for in the shadows for Dorko to be striking.
You never know where he's gonna be next.
So Brilby looks at you guys coming in and says, "Well, yeah, are you ready to go skiing?" He says, "Yeah, the Enterprise, the folks at Enterprise, they let us know we were coming. We put together something special for you, all inclusive, except for the rooms. You got to pay for those."
Apparently.
Yeah, they specifically said we're
Most
not paying for the
inclusive.
rooms.
And that's been the point of contention for a lot of things that have gone wrong, weirdly enough.
All right, let's go.
Sure. Could use with some fresh air.
Okay. Does anybody want to do anything else before we leave here? He lets you know that the slope you guys are going towards is not far. It's like like a 30-minute hike to get to the summit. But there's going to be team building activities on the way.
Oh, fun.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Savannah's just like.
So it
"Oh,
shouldn't be.
we are-"
It might be a few hours when you guys are out there.
Savannah just like, well, at least some of us might survive the team building activities. And she just kind of licks her claws a little bit.
Not sure I like the implication here, but okay.
She just kind of looks over at Dorian and pats him on the arm, and she's like, "You haven't offended me yet."
Well, let's hope that
Probably
I
has,
don't.
I think we've seen that our team needs some building.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, last chance to do anything here at the lodge, or to see the shopkeeper, or anything, before you guys head on out.
I am sitting at the end of the bar,
Yeah.
having a water after my failed heist. And I'm just really looking at this barrel.
Yeah. Greta, the bartender, looks over and says, "Hey, checking out the bar buddy?
The what?
Yeah, the bar buddy. Big B, Brilby. Who's Big B? Brilby.
He's a
Big B is actually a guy from D&D. He's a famous, one of the famous wizards, like Mordenkainen. He says, Brilby, he was messing around with like trying to make a drink dispenser. Some kind of crazy magic happened, and now it has a soul.
These
That
things.
thing's alive?
Yeah, these things happen sometimes. Yeah, it's artificer stuff. Like, he was like trying to give it magical properties, and then it took the soul, and now he's like a full-on.
No, wait.
guy.
Soul or spirits?
That's good.
That's
pretty good. Took me a second. I was like, what? What's the difference? Oh, yeah, nice full of spirits. Barry, you see this barrel? That seems like a pretty intricate barrel. It sort of he has these like metal bands around it, for like structure. But like one of the bands kind of comes up and makes it look like he has a big mustache on his face. And the barrel is like on these like spider legs, these 4 spider legs that sort of walk over to you.
Ooh.
Howdy, partner. What can I wet your whistle? He's like glitching. He's like glitching and stuff.
Hello.
Hey, partner.
Are you okay?
I'm doing great. He spins around, like beer sloshes everywhere.
He's doing great. Living his best life.
What do you have?
But whose soul?
Yeah,
That's a great question.
Probably best not to ask.
kind of look at the barrel. Does it hurt being a barrel?
I don't rightly understand your question. What are you having?
I'll have whatever you got.
You see that some like hydraulics and like some tubes start to like pump, and he like holds out a glass and pours you a glass of ale.
Thank you kindly.
Make sure you settle up.
Sounds good. I take it to go, and as I walk out the room and get out of sight, I pour it into a plant.
You don't even drink the beer? Wow, insulting. That's fine.
Drunk plants. Oh no.
Bar buddy.
Now the plant has a soul.
I think that's how it works.
The beer's not his soul, okay? It's just beer.
I'm gonna go see what the others are doing.
You said that the others are like leaving. They're just straight up
Bye.
leaving. Like, not even waiting for you. Getting their boots on and
Yeah,
stuff.
we're off to a team building exercise. What are you... See ya.
All right.
Where's Torgan?
You see Torgan. Everyone's by the back door.
All right. Is he with them or is he on his own?
He's with them, I think. Yeah, everyone's here.
Okay. I started chasing them out.
Excuse me.
Great.
Great.
You guys head off. Brilby comes with you. He said it's going to be a short hike to our first activity. 1 second, I'm going to change the scene here. This is so stupid, but here we go. Welcome to the Luxury Platinum All-Inclusive Enterprise Lumber Company Corporate Management Mandated Deluxe Data-Driven Team Building and Adventuring Leadership Skills Training Luxurious Ski Retreat Summit.
Oh, the TLPAIELCCMDDDTBAALSTLSRS.
That's right. The famous.
For short.
For short. This bit was worth it, I think. I think this paid off.
Yeah.
You guys head out. Immediately, not even a few minutes into the hike, you guys do notice that it is extremely cold on this day. You guys are getting into like noon, but what I'm going to need is a Constitution saving throw from the entire party, unless you're wearing cold weather gear. Then you roll this with advantage.
All right.
You guys head out, and it's thick snow from the blizzard before. You're really stomping through these, your way through here.
Say a Constitution.
Yep.
Okay.
I think everybody has gear but Torgen. That's 2d12. This is d20. But I think you're just rolling 1 because you didn't take the gear that Dorian tried to give you. You don't have cold weather gear. You're just wearing your armor. You still pass.
D12.
Does anybody... I'm not always going to do this, but because we're still fairly new on, does anybody have anything... This is the idea of this is team building. Everybody passes but Dorian. Does anybody have anything that could help Dorian add on to a saving throw? Does anybody have any abilities or anything?
The 8 was the best roll.
I'll tell you just right now, this is just a DC 10. I'm not always going to ask this after the fact, after the roll's been rolled. But because of the specific circumstances of team building right now...
Please, sir, I need a circumstance bonus.
Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. We might not have anything.
Does this pan flute do anything?
Do you have a pan flute?
I do have a burning hand scroll.
Oh, good.
I mean, I guess I would be willing to I don't know if this is a good idea, but I guess if you burned him, then he wouldn't be suffering the effects of the cold.
Wow, that's
He would
great.
just take the damage of the scroll. Okay, I think Dobbs, you'd fail. In this case,
so I'm exhausted.
Dorian
Is that right?
is taking a point of exhaustion. That's right. What the first point of exhaustion does is it gives you disadvantage on skill checks. So...
Good thing bards don't do those.
Well, that's okay. It is what it is. You guys see that Dorian is a little bit grumpy here in the cold, or something maybe. Like he seems to be.
Freezing my fingers off.
You guys come on this hike. Up ahead, Brilby leads you a short distance to. You see sort of like a pavilion, I guess is the right word. Like a pavilion that's been built here. Pretty simple structure, like something you might see like in a park where people have like barbecues, like that kind of thing. But so just like sort of a floor and then like some pillars and then a roof over it. And there's like no doors. It's completely open on the sides. Where people might stop and like have a picnic or something. But you see in this pavilion, you see a big something covered in a sheet here, like very tall thing, maybe 10-15 feet tall, covered in a sheet, so you can't see what it is. And then next to it is a treasure chest. And Brilby says, all right, as with most of these team building exercises, we're going to start with some icebreakers. And he pulls the sheet off and there's a giant block of ice there. He says that you guys will need to work together. You see, you can make additional checks on this to get more information, but what you see immediately is that this block of ice is sitting on a weighted pressure plate of sorts, and that pressure plate is connected to the chest and keeping the chest forced to close. He says if we want to go skiing, we're going to need to get our equipment out of the chest. You guys will have to work together to get rid of this block of ice somehow. This is a how much did I decide? This is a 1-ton block of ice, which is 2,000 pounds of ice.
Ice.
He says, I suggest that you play to your individual strengths. He says it's going to be near impossible for one person to just move this block, but if you all chip away a little bit. Maybe you get something manageable. You just see this giant slab of ice sitting here before you guys. It's like taller than you and wider than all of you as well. He says, I think
So
I also
would
dropped
you
my wrench
say-
into the mold too, so I wouldn't mind if you got my wrench out of there. It's like pretty opaque.
Would you say that this is quite a deal more than 1 cubic foot of material?
For sure. This is definitely more than 1 cubic foot.
Unless we cut it.
Do you
in
have
half.
something that allows you to do something with 1 cubic foot?
I do actually. I have a spell.
Alright, what do you got?
I use my magical powers of prestidigitation to warm up some of the ice. I make a good show of it.
Ooh, that's impressive that it.
I'm into
it's
it. I'm into
slightly
it. Yeah.
warmer there.
You see the ice begins to melt a little bit. Let's say that. No, this is good. Let me get an Arcana check from you here to see how well you're able to utilize this cantrip to melt some of this ice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's you see that. Let's see. Maybe we could do something like this. There actually are rules for pushing, lifting, or dragging. It's twice your carrying capacity, or it's like 30 times your strength score. I think they're the same thing. So I don't know what our highest carrying capacity is here, but it's 2,000 pounds. This is a success. So why don't you go ahead and roll us a D 10. No, a D8. Sorry. No, that's fine.
Okay.
Just keep. Yeah, roll a D8. Roll a D8. I'll let you roll again. I was gonna let you keep the roll, but because this is just a cantrip. This times 50, 350 pounds are subtracted from this. I'll keep track of that for you guys. This is where you're at to here. Like for example, Torgen's strength, his carrying capacity is 240. If it were to get to 480, he could potentially push this block of ice.
Lane's got a stupid idea.
Oh, good. I love
Yeah.
stupid ideas.
This is under a pavilion, right?
Yep, it is. Yeah, yeah. There's like
Right.
a roof over it.
I'd like to get the sheet that was covering the ice.
For sure.
I'd like to see if I could tie one end of the sheet to the handle of the treasure chest and the other hand to the lower awning of the pavilion and swing the chest like a pendulum to crack the ice.
The chest is not able to be lifted. It's like I know I didn't do a great job of describing this mechanism, but it's in a way so that like the chest is being clamped down on from above until the weight is lifted. So it's like there's like a heavy metal like claw that's like over the chest. And until this weight is lifted, the claw won't be able to be lifted up.
I'd like to
so
tie
you-
Torgen to the sheet and swing him like a pendulum at the ice.
Sure.
No, I'm doing a bit.
That's a certain
No.
kind of teamwork.
Yeah, that's like teamwork. Wait a second.
Don't
This is the
forget,
team
we got
building
the sheet.
exercise. You do have a big sheet here. Canonically, there's a sheet.
Can we just like I have tinderbox? We could just somebody go grab some wood real quick. You know, we could just melt the ice with fire. You know, the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. So you want to gather some wood?
Well, she doesn't want to, but she's suggesting that somebody else should.
Okay.
More of an ideas girl.
Rilby sort of looks at you guys and says, well,
Worth an idea.
Who's sort of an outdoors type that knows where to find some wood? Anybody like that here?
I roll my eyes, meant to get in the good graces of the group. I trudge off.
You can give me
He's a team
Uh,
player.
an investigation check. Or I guess a nature check. Or survival is what this would actually be. I
Normal?
think this is actually hard survival. So roll me a survival check. A 10, yeah. You find some wood. You find like some. You don't find a lot of good wood, but you find like a lot of sticks on the floor. Like you come back with a bundle of sticks that you could definitely use to start a fire here. You have a tinder box. Is there any like rules about starting a fire? I think you could just do that.
I feel like that's something you can just take a 10
Yeah, I think the
on.
tinderbox just lets you do that. So you start a fire here.
Oh, well, at least it's a little bit warmer.
Can we like get the sheet lighted on fire and then put it on top of the ice to really get it?
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
I'm doing that.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check. To get the sheet over the fire over the ice before it just burns up. Or to do it in an effective way.
Cool.
You light the sheet on fire, and you do this like dramatic thing, and the sheet just like lights up and burns. It doesn't seem to do much to it. I will say that this fire burning though does something. I mean, it's fire against ice. Savannah, roll a D8 for the fire you started. That's another 150 pounds of ice melted.
Well, as it's
So you see
softening
about
up,
there's about 3/4 of this block of ice left. Sorry, I had you selected when I typed that. It's like you said it.
well, now that it's, softening up and it's a bit warmer in here, Savannah just pulls out her scimitar and starts kind of whittling at the edge of the ice and kind of just taking chunks off.
You can make an attack on this thing. Does anybody else want to do anything to help out? Before Savannah rolls to attack this thing.
I know that it's so much an attack, but okay.
Well, if you're using a scimitar, that's a textbook attack, I think.
It's a whittling attack. We're going to sculpt this ice into something.
You could. Good.
I don't think me
What about Torgen?
mocking the ice will do much.
What's Torgen
Does he
doing
have
to
a shield
chip
he can
away
bash
this
it
ice?
with?
I don't think I have anything useful to help with this right now.
I have a skinny sword and some tiny knives. And a crossbow.
I think you have more that you can do than you think. I think that if you get creative, you could think of something you could do. You see Savannah getting her sword out, ready to just chop away at this thing.
I can try to hack at it too.
Yeah, you could do that. Make an attack with your longsword. Or whatever weapon you're using.
Icebreakers.
Icebreakers, yep.
Unbelievable. Wow. A new low.
Really reached
Or
my
high.
inner germ for this one. Do you remember how to find your longsword? Check the actions tab of your character sheet. Where are you at, Turtle? Can I help you? Did we lose Turtle?
Still in the call. Oh, there it is.
I think you may have to just tell me what. Oh, hold on a second.
So
I may have to restart
here's the easiest
my-
thing to do, Turtle.
Yeah.
If you double click on yourself,
Uh,
that'll open up your character sheet.
Okay. I may have to restart my thing.
Okay,
Smooth
we can
jazz.
come back to you while you refresh.
Okay.
Smooth jazz to help melt the ice.
I do have this pan flute.
That could be helpful.
Someday.
Music is very powerful.
Okay. Shall I roll?
Go ahead. Yeah. You go ahead. Turtle can try when he comes back.
Do I have
Make
an
an attack.
advantage?
Do you have an advantage? Somebody could help you. You know, somebody could potentially give you the help action to give you advantage.
I can steady the ice.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. We'll do it.
Yeah. You have advantage. Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
that hits.
Well-
That hits a block of ice. Block of ice does not have a high AC.
It didn't dodge.
Go ahead and roll damage for that. And we're gonna multiply this damage roll by 50. For how much of this ice you've chipped away. Okay, 250 more. You start carving away at this ice with your scimitar.
Now, what's the 5e push rules here?
You can push, pull, or lift up to 30 times your strength score, which I believe is also 2 times your encumbrance, your carrying weight.
Well, nobody has a strength score of 41.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
But,
I'm sure you have
but
that.
I'll say this: that's just like, that's like I don't know, like a consistent push or something like that. You could potentially dig deep and perform like a deadlift or something with an athletics roll to lift more beyond your typical capacity. You could perform heroic feats of strength with a roll. That would just be like to move anything without a roll, even. Maybe not without a roll. Sorry, go ahead.
Three or four of us just throw a shoulder into it and give it a good
Yeah,
shove.
yeah. You could all team up. Yeah,
Shove
yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us.
On 3?
Well,
One.
hold on. Well, yes, you guys, you're not doing anything. I'm thinking, what did you just say? You just did the math on that? How? It's
I calculated like a 41 strength total.
okay. Here's what we're gonna say. If you guys want to just make a big group athletics check on it, cumulatively, you have to beat a 41 if everybody rolls in athletics.
All
So
right.
you're gonna add all your athletics rolls together, and if you beat a 41,
All at once.
Normal.
Of course.
We've really made some damage to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost halfway destroyed. It's got chips and it's melting in places. It's getting irregular shaped. Maybe it's top heavy.
All
Who
right.
knows?
Ready? Everybody ready to do this?
Yep.
All right.
I'm
1,
ready.
2, 3, push!
All the dice coming out all together.
Ooh, ooh, yeah. Ooh.
That's looking good. That's looking good.
I see 42 on the board already.
Yeah,
From the top
42
two.
plus 13, 9. You guys might have been able to just push it over outright with that scores. I don't know if we'd use those mechanics. You guys all push. The ice comes falling over, shatters on this like stone floor of this pavilion. And you see the mechanism clicks. The claw sort of opens up, and in the chest is a bunch of skis and like skiing poles and like snowshoes and things like that, like skiing equipment. And Brilby says, "So yeah, basically everybody who comes here has to do that. That's that's part of it."
Company rules.
Can I make a search check to see if I can find his wrench he mentioned?
Yes, absolutely. Investigation check.
It's very satisfying seeing all the different colors of dice flying onto the screen.
That was fun seeing everybody
was
roll
pretty
at
fun.
once. You're not sure. Yeah, you don't see his
6.
wrench anywhere.
6.
There's like ice went flying and out into the snow off the pavilion and everything too. So yeah, you're looking around for a little bit. You don't see it.
Well, shame.
Oh, well.
Well.
There you go.
Oh well.
I tried to be nice.
He says, "Look what happens when you work together. You can accomplish things that you couldn't do alone. Surely we all have things here that we want to accomplish that we can't do alone."
Seems I can't quite find your wrench you mentioned.
Brilby's absolutely right.
Dagwin turns his head and rolls his eyes.
Oh no, the potion's worn off.
Yeah, probably. It probably has, honestly. I think all those potions are firmly worn off by now. Dobbs, since we have started a fire here, and we have a moment, I'm gonna let you roll one, not with advantage, just a regular Constitution save, to see if you can warm up at this fire. You take a moment and recover here by the flames as everybody's getting their skis and things collected.
I can feel my fingers again.
Great, good job. He says it's a little bit of a hike to the next one, but we'll have some time to chat along the way. As he leads, he points up. There's sort of a path leading further up the mountain.
Well, shall we? Team?
Onwards. Onwards.
Great. On this portion of the hike, we're going to do another activity. This activity is a social activity. We're kind of gamifying social mechanics here a little bit to help everybody get the creative juices flowing on some social interactions. We're all going to take turns. You're going to pick another. Your character is going to pick another character here, and you're going to make a roll. And the results of that roll will. Those characters will have an interaction, but the results of the roll will determine what type of interaction they have, and then you can role play it out or just talk about what you guys think happened. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
You'll understand it once we do it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are hiking along this trail here. There's sort of the trail is marked with occasional spars of wood that are put into the dirt to let you know where to keep going, but it's getting pretty steep as you're going up the mountain here. Does anybody want to go first? We're all going to do one of these, so the order doesn't particularly matter.
Sure.
Who is Savannah looking at here that she would like to get to know better? Potentially.
Let's learn more about Dagwin. He's
Dagwin?
very curious.
Okay, great. So here's how this is going to work. We're just going to roll a d20. I'll tell you what the results are going to be first, so you know what you're getting into. On a 16 through a 20, your characters will form a bond over something or connect in some way, and how that is going to be up to you. Maybe just find out they have a common interest or something. On a 5 to a 15, you discover a secret about this character that they share with you, or a question that you have about them is shared. On a 1 to a 4, you guys have a clash or a disagreement about something.
Haven't had any of those lately.
Yeah, this can go bad. Yeah, it doesn't have to, and this could be as big or as little as you want them to be. They don't have to be, game breaking or game defining. This is to get creative. So we're gonna roll d20. There's no modifiers to this. This is a d20. Hey, that's the way the dice goes. So what do Savannah and Dagwin clash or disagree over on the trail here? Take a moment to think about
Consult the oracle.
No. Bad Dobbs, no.
it. I don't have a table for this or anything. I don't know if we have something.
Savannah
thing-
just kind
Go ahead.
Savannah kind of looks over at Dagwin and she's like, "So you seem to know about a lot about the goblins in this area. Is there anything we should know? Like, have you traveled this area before? I'm just kind of curious where you got your knowledge from."
I'm trying to think of how to frame this with a clash.
I assumed you'd be kind of secretive and it's none of your business.
Yeah. I've learned about these goblins. I know them well, and I know that I do not like specifically the Dogjaws.
Is that all, or is there just kind of? Is there anything? Is there a history there, perhaps?
There is. They were an enemy of some goblins that I was more familiar with.
Okay, I
Great.
won't push if you don't want to be more forthcoming than that. That's just. I was curious.
Hey, maybe Dagwin's not used to people prying into his past so much, and it's just he's a little prickly about it. Something like
He's our
that.
little prickly pear, that Dagwin.
She's not going to push. She's going to back off. She's
Yeah.
she's a nomadic druid. She knows a lot
Exactly.
of druids. She knows that sometimes people have their secrets, and that's, they'll tell you when they get good and ready.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that Savannah would definitely be familiar with that type of hermetic character who just doesn't get along well with people.
Like, they'll tell you when they get good and ready, should they ever decide to do so. And that's just how it is.
Okay, great. I think it could be interesting if, since you picked Dagwin, if Dagwin goes next.
Okay. I picked Torgan.
Great. Roll d20. Okay, just barely
6.
making the cutoff, but you, what question
6.
do you have for Torgan, or from Torgan's end, what secret or answer are you forthcoming about with Dagwin here? As you guys share a moment together, some sort of positive interaction where you share something about yourselves. What does that look like?
Well, I'd be curious to learn about where Torgan is from.
Torgan says he's from a small village. Nothing incredible, really.
I mean, you've joined our group. That's incredible in its own right.
Forthcomingly, I've just explained the whole truth. I've previously been in a situation where I was meant to guard some creatures, and something happened. It didn't go well, and they escaped out into the wild. So, this is the best way to travel for free, seeing what I can find out.
Okay, and were these special creatures, or was it?
Oh, so you're something of a beast hunter, then?
Some of them, I'm just not very good at it.
I see.
In fact, I'm probably the worst beast hunter ever.
Dang! Wow. Got real. Well, you're part of a team now. That's the important thing. Does Torgan share what he knows about Prometheus, specifically?
No.
Okay. Great. Cool. Yep. Keep that a secret. Torgan. Who's Torgan interested in getting to know a little bit better on the trail here? Or even just somebody he's curious about?
Dorian.
Great. Roll d20.
Oh boy. Oh, ooh.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
That's gonna be weird.
That is weird. Look at that, how the fates have changed. So you guys, I don't know what it looks like or what you do, but you develop a bond or you connect over something here. What is that?
Cold, isn't it?
It is.
You're both cold. You are both really cold.
It sure is.
Very
Inside
cold.
the whole thing?
About this morning. Should probably just go ahead and grab this one by the horns here.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, we can bond over that. What was your feelings on that?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't really care for it much.
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe.
Yeah.
yeah, if that's the kind of thing that you don't like to see, then you know what? I'm gonna try to accommodate that.
In my
Oh,
line of work, there is a certain exposure to this sort of magic, and it rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
yeah. Great. Roofing people. Bad.
I think
Now
we
that
can
we
all
got
agree
that out
on
of the way.
this.
Now that we've got that
I
out of
mean,
the way.
It wasn't
I
a
don't,
roofie,
I
okay?
don't agree, but I definitely will try to. I'll try to accommodate that feeling.
Yes. If ever you feel like we could, perhaps secure a better deal, please feel free to ask for my assistance. It happens to be one of my specialties, and I would be more than happy to help out.
Absolutely, thank you.
So Torgan and Dorian sort of bury the hatchet. Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Not
Dorian's
in
Dorian's
Torgan's
forced to being
head.
over this.
But it is buried.
Yeah, over the incident. Dorian. I believe it's your turn.
You know what?
Are we just going?
Let's go for Glane.
Sure. Yeah, we're just
To
gonna go
complete the
full
loop.
circle here. Yeah. All right, roll d20.
Oh no, I already know what Glaine's gonna ask me.
Okay, just a 9, so that's just in the middle range.
Absolutely right.
Oh god. So you learn something about Glane, or perhaps Glane is feeling forthcoming about a secret about himself. Or if you have questions for Glane, he will answer one of them.
Oh. Come back around to me. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. We'll skip you for now. GQ, do you want to go? We'll wait for Dobbs.
Savannah.
Perfect.
Yes.
Which I gotta roll the dice.
Just roll d20. Yeah.
Where's that? Just
At
down
the
in
bottom
in the corner?
right of the chat, there's a dice tray, and you click on the
Gotcha.
d20 next to the d100, and just click
Wait,
roll.
it's trying to roll multiple. No, stop. How do I make it go down?
Just click.
There we go.
You can
I got-
right click to decrease.
Yeah. I was up to 3 dice. Here we go.
That's too many dice.
Too many dice.
It was almost a 3 on my screen.
Yay! I'm gonna get my cat back.
I don't know if that's what that means. Glane and Savannah develop a bond or connect over something. What is that?
So back in the resort back there, I was talking to this watchman, and I found out that there is some kind of bandit out here called the cat burglar. Apparently, cats are his specialty when he does his crimes. Thought you might want to know that there's someone like that around that you may want to keep an eye out for while I look for my own little friend.
Oh, are you missing a cat?
Yes, actually. I pull out a picture of Gary.
And she's
And
like,
Troy.
"Oh, these are interesting markings. You know, I've heard rumors of this cat burglar man before. A few months ago, I was visiting another druid friend of mine. There, he talked about having seen a rather strange traveler who had set up a campsite near the edge of his hermitage, and he seemed to be a fur collector or a fur trader of some kind, except he had so many domestic animals. We found that quite strange. My friend had purchased a few hides off of him. He mended some of my armor while I was with him. I wonder if perhaps there's some connection between, that strange trader and this burglar fellow.
Well, if we ever find ourselves in that area, if you could let me know, I'd appreciate it.
That's leagues and leagues south of here. I don't know that that's covered on this trip, but perhaps if they think that this character's in this area now, perhaps we'll find a mysterious trader or some such.
One can hope.
We had just bought a few squirrel hides to, patch up the armor and whatnot, but I do recall he did have some domestic cat furs. Thinking back on it a bit. But I don't think any of them are orange. So,
Oh.
perhaps it's not necessarily related to your kitty.
I hope not.
Yeah, I think that to Savannah, this news of this cat targeting criminal, it's troubling news, to say the least, for the Tabaxi.
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly something you would take hide off of, but yeah.
Well, we don't know the cat burglar's mysterious ways.
You're like a deluxe cat. You're a
There's
whole
more than one
person.
way to do that.
Dagwood knows the ways. He knows all of it. And I think that's going back to Dorian, Dorian and Glenn now.
Yes, with my 9.
What questions do you have?
So I rolled that that Glenn may end up revealing something.
Yeah. If he wants to reveal a secret, he can, or you can ask him a question, or you could just talk it out and see what kind of things you're wondering, and he can be forthcoming with whatever he feels like.
So why did you try to get me killed today?
Yeah, that'd be a good question. I mean, the thing is, last session we already tried to have a we need to figure out what's going on here kind of moment, and that didn't really go much of anywhere. So there may be a bit of team building yet to be done in that aspect. Well, okay. So you, I'm wondering if I may have had run-ins with Glenn in the past. Not necessarily bad run-ins, of course. But,
maybe, potentially. I mean, Glenn's backstory is all over the place, so I don't know where he's
sure
from. I
is.
don't really know where he's from or what
Yeah.
his deal is. But potentially, because he's a rogue and you have the criminal background, yeah, I think it's potentially that's possible.
So, Glenn, have you done much? And I'm gonna put a lot of stank on this word. Have you done much work in Mirabor?
You know, I've never actually been here, but the longer I walk around here, I get this weird feeling I've been here before.
You don't say. Well, yeah, I mean, yes, this frozen expanse does look remarkably similar to the one we just walked past.
No, I mean, longer ago than that.
Hmm.
I'm not talking about since I've been with you.
Ah, interesting. Please do tell.
It's nothing I can put my finger on. It's just sometimes I'll walk by a certain area and I'll just kind of catch an image of deja vu. But it's faint.
Well, I've never really had the opportunity nor the inclination to set as many feet in such a harsh area as this. And with any luck, hopefully not for too much longer. Are we there yet?
I think we might be there. Everybody went.
I kind of wish I talked to Roby.
Nobody picked Brilby, you know? That's the way it goes.
Oh, wait, are we
that's-
allowed to pick Brilby?
Take a third option.
I think that what you guys did was fine.
I can talk to animals.
You could, potentially, yeah. For a short period of time.
You
With the
did talk
speak-
to an animal.
I did.
Excuse
that?
you.
Oh, you mean spit? That's messed up.
You've got
Wow.
a tail.
Does
Yeah,
a man
let
have
me
a tail?
smack you with- I do. And I can smack you with it as well. It won't hurt, but I can.
She'll do it.
Glane, secret speciest.
You guys come. You're getting pretty high up on this mountain now. The air is getting thinner. You walk up to another pavilion, similar to the last one you see. Is another stop on this trail here. On the right side, as you come up, you're getting up into these steep areas of these cliffs, and you can see like a ledge down below, trees way down of a steep drop off. But the pavilion is a little bit further down the path, and you head up to this pavilion, and you see that Brilby. There is some equipment set up here, sort of similar to the last one. Looks like some like machinery. There are 3 tanks, like cylindrical tanks here, like big ones. But and everything is connected by this complex system of pipes, and there's valves and things around. And but you see that Brilby comes up. He says, "Oh no, ooh, this one, it looks a little frozen." He like pulls out a wrench, is like tinkering with some of the pipes.
Frozen.
He says, this place seems to be a little bit in disarray. You see actually that there's some like, some of the benches and stuff here are like overturned, and you see that he says, I'm not so sure that I'm going to be able to get this one working in time. He says, I'll just tell you about it. And he starts to go on this rant. He says, well, you see, this container holds 120 liters of water. This one holds 80 liters of water. And this one holds 50. If you turn valve A, 30% of tank C is delivered to the blue line into tank A. And he explains this like elaborate like water puzzle that you guys would have had to do, but things seem to not be working right now.
Such a
what does
shame.
everybody do as Brilby like launches into this like elaborate explanation? He's droning on for like minutes and minutes about these valves and gears and things. He's like, well, you want to get 66 liters exactly by pressurizing the. What's everybody doing?
I tap one of the tanks to make sure they're not alive.
You tap the tank, dung dung dung. One of these copper tanks, one of the empty ones, doesn't seem to be alive.
Well, that
It's
one.
got some water in it, some frost on the edges.
You mentioned the benches were turned over, so Savannah's gonna kind of go poke at that, perhaps investigate a bit.
Sure, yeah, make an investigation check. Yeah, like I said, these areas like look like they could be used as like little rest stops along the trail, as well as housing these like challenges. Yeah, it looks like something definitely like came through here and like knocked some tables over or like push some chairs around. You find some claw marks on like one of the pillars here.
Well, I would like to try and identify that.
Sure. Make a identifying. That would be survival, I believe. Survival check.
17?
17. At first, you're thinking like you're looking at the size, and you're thinking, oh, maybe like a bear. But you're like, no, this is actually like way too big to be a bear. These big claw marks, and then also you see these like sort of strange footprints here that you identify. Like it almost looks like I don't know, like primate footprints almost in a way, but they're unfamiliar to you. You actually think that you're dealing with something a little bit out of the ordinary here. You don't think this is a beast.
It's a squash.
You think that there's something a little stranger has come through here, and it's something big and dangerous.
I slide over.
Big foot.
I slide over to Dagwin and kind of
Actually,
elbow him a little bit and like motion for him to come look.
Torgan and I, meanwhile, just listening to the puzzle explanation.
yeah. Brilby's over there. It's like, well, if you follow the blue line, and here's tank A, but this was a tricky one to build because we had to.
Torgan, a month ago, the worst thing going on in my life was that they delivered the wrong kind of cheese to a venue. Now we're on top of a frozen mountain, listening to this. What is going on over there? What are you all looking at? Please, this is something interesting.
Who's all looking at these tracks?
I followed Savannah over to look at them.
Anybody who wants to give me a perception check. Hey, adventurers, gotta solve a lot of puzzles in these dungeons and things.
Really? Oh my
At
goodness,
least,
there's something going on over here. We should look at this over here. Have you seen? I am forced into greatness by just the alternative.
Dobbs already on a 23. You notice that at this place it's like snowing right now, so there's a lot of like big snowbanks and things like this. But you do notice that like you hear something, sort of like a breathing, coming from one of these like big piles of snow out by the trail that you walk. You actually walked right by it. And there's multiple of these like big piles out here, but you do like on a 23. You don't see anything, but you're like wait a second. I hear like snoring, breathing, coming from one of these piles of snow.
Everyone, does anyone else hear that?
Broby, bang, 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 bang. These are sturdy. These things are, these are coming out anytime soon.
Savannah's gonna walk over.
Barkbuckle, could I direct your attention? Do you happen to notice?
Savannah's gonna walk over and just kind of put both of her hands on Brilby's shoulders and kind of give like a quick little start and be like,
And just punt.
I think we're in danger.
What does everybody do? Dorian, you guys see Dorian sort of signaling, and he gestures to this big pile of snow. What does everybody do as a tense moment comes over? You get Broby's attention. He stops. He says, "All right, no, everybody move." What is their instinct to do in this moment?
When
Dramatic.
Dorian says, did you hear that? I kind of take a step back into the tree line to kind of keep an eye out.
My instinct is to protect myself from danger and use mage armor on myself. If I could do that.
Absolutely, you can do that. Yeah, you go ahead and cast Mage Armor. That puts your AC at 15. What does that put you to?
I believe so.
Here's what we're gonna need. Actually, we're gonna go to the scene. We're gonna change scenes. As Dagwin goes to cast this armor around himself, summoning this magic. Here's one thing I'm gonna need. Everybody, put yourself anywhere in the pavilion that you'd like to be here.
Boop.
And I'm not showing you where the enemy is at yet because this is like before you've discovered the enemy. Where were you standing?
Alpha formation.
Since I said I went into the tree line, can I be like here?
You're about to get.
Give me a stealth check. Give me a stealth check.
Taking cover there. Okay.
Yeah. If you're leaving the pavilion, give me a
Torgan
stealth
gone.
check to see if this thing woke up before you try to do that or not. But we're gonna resolve something with Dagwin real quick.
Torgan, I've got something for you that may help.
Yeah,
Heyo.
you scramble out of there. You climb up. There's like a overlooking this pavilion. There's a big rocky outcropping. So Glane scrambles up on there. However, we're gonna pause the game real quick. A couple things happen at once. Okay, you guys are sort of preparing for this thing. What I'm gonna need from Dagwin is to roll me a D100 as you finally access this innate magic within you.
Uh-oh.
Having used Tides of Chaos, this is an
Yes.
automatic wild magic roll. And as whatever this effect happens, what's a 14? Don't mess with me.
That's a scary number.
I have to get my table up. I did not come prepared with the wild magic table. One
Here it
second.
comes. Here it comes. Alert Dupu.
Well, this is an exciting one. We got a real exciting one happening.
You
You cast confusion centered on yourself. Let's look at the confusion spell, everybody.
Oh no.
I'm gonna link it in the chat so we can all know what we're getting into right now.
Anyone
set a
in the
couple things
pavilion
up.
is confused.
Huh?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially.
What the hell are they doing?
Now, since we were already having to look at this puzzle here, does it cancel?
How can I link this spell into the chat? If it's okay, let me just give it to this creature here. This creature's learning a spell suddenly,
Oh no.
so I can use it to link this.
I mean, you can just throw it in Dobbs's Discord chat.
Surely there's some kind of. Well, I guess they don't have it in here, huh? Oh wait, SRD content. Spells.
Does Wild Magic say anything about what the saving throw
There we go.
is?
Uh,
I guess it's your saving throw. So what is your spell save? Like when you cast a spell,
this in the
what's your
chat.
spell save DC?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save. I want to know what the DC is.
Oh,
Like, say you were to cast Charm Person, what would the DC be for that?
I have that.
Yeah, because that's what everybody's going to be rolling to beat this
oh gosh,
confusion
this is a
effect.
4th level spell. Cool.
This is the 4th level spell, which you learn at level 7 in this game. The spell assaults and twists creatures' minds, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose, which
you
is
don't
at
choose.
Dagwin, which is at Dagwin. You don't choose. Must succeed on a wisdom saving throw when you cast a spell or be affected by it. And on your turn, you roll a d10, and there's a table for that, which determines what actions you're allowed to take. So luckily, everybody has positioned themselves mostly away from this effect. It's actually just going to be Savannah, and I'm assuming Dagwin rolls, and Brilby is actually here. So let's get a wisdom save from those 3. Brilby's going to roll here. He's got a +3. He's actually proficient with his +1.
Uh-oh.
Really? Why do I roll so low
Great.
on this?
Where?
There's a chance with this spell that you can still act normally. There's a chance that you might lose your whole turn, but at the end of your turns, you can make another wisdom saving throw to try to save against this effect. And I think that
Okay.
you're just trying to beat a 13 here. You said, right?
Spell save is 8 plus proficiency plus charisma.
So 13. So 13
Yeah.
is a DC for this.
Okay. Let me do my saving roll.
As this happens, it's this loud. I don't know if this. I mean, I'm assuming it's loud because there's a verbal, somatic, and a material component. So there's a verbal component.
Whoa.
No.
Nat 1 in your own wisdom saving throw. So all 3 of these people are hit with the confused condition here, and we'll as your turns come up, we will review what you need to do. I'm just gonna put this icon over you for now. There's so many status effects, I can never find the one I need, so we're just using this to represent confusion. Your Tides of Chaos feature comes back, by the way. You redeem
Hooray.
your Tides of Chaos. We got our first Wild Magic Surge, and it was a bad one. It was a bad one.
So I guess we should roll initiative?
Everybody roll initiative. This wakes up the creature nearby, who is a massive, white-furred. You for a second you think it's just like some sort of like primate. Is this a person? No, this is something entirely on its own. Horns, sharp claws. Rises up to stand on 2 legs, about 10 feet tall. Huge monster, sleeping in a snowbank here.
Those are
Yeti.
some interesting numbers.
Tiebreakers.
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
I think everybody gets like a unique ID based on.
And Brilby. Yeah, it has some sort of calculation involving dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
That's intelligence. Where is initiative?
Just go to the combat, the 2 swords crossed, and you can roll it from there.
Okay.
You should have a little dice.
What's the
Wow, the
duration?
Yeti rolled pretty good. Oh, but Glane goes first. Glane, quick to react, just clambers up, gets to a better position, and is actually going to be... Oh, let me begin combat. I'll unpause the game. Glane, you're first to react. This snow goes everywhere. This creature roars at you, rising out of the snow. So just so we conceptualize what this building looks like, there are 4 pillars in the corners, but it's open, right? There's no, like, wall here. It's just like a step up. So all this is completely open facing. It's just a roof and pillars and a floor. So this creature is bearing down on you guys. What does Glane do?
Is he in crossbow range?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Your crossbow is like got like a 200 range or something.
Okay, I have a. Where is it?
Well, you actually
My
have a short
character-
bow. You don't have a. I took away your crossbow because a crossbow isn't one of your starting equipments, and it's just plain better than a short bow, and it's more expensive. So a short bow is something you're allowed to start with.
Okay, so
Which I
I'll use
gave
my
you.
short bow, and I do have a sneak attack ability.
That's right. You have sneak attack. How sneak attack works is it adds extra damage onto your attack if you hit. If a couple conditions are fulfilled. One, you can have advantage on the attack. Two, you can have an ally next to the enemy you're hitting. So having it's sort of like a flanking sort of effect. So right now you don't have an ally next to it, and you don't have advantage on this attack unless you do something to give yourself advantage.
Well, I put myself in the tree line to like kind of stealthily get away from the fight before it started, so that was kind of my idea behind that.
Yeah, he has.
So like it
You
should
know,
know
you
I'm
did,
here.
okay, here's
He
what I'll
has
say. You did roll
concealment.
a stealth check before this fight. You rolled a 25. So I'll say right now you are currently hidden to this creature. It doesn't see you. So that does give you advantage. I'll say you have advantage.
Okay.
Mechanically, to gain advantage, you can use the hide action.
Which
as
I
a
have a
bonus
bonus
action.
ability to
Right.
hide
so
myself
but you
after
don't
I
even
do
have
this.
to, because you actually already did it before the fight. So you don't need to use your
But-
bonus action for that. But you can attack
Right.
and then hide again.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, how do I attack this thing and apply my bonus dice to it?
So go ahead and click your short bow in your character sheet, and then in the chat, roll an attack roll, and I'll tell you if you hit. And then if you hit, you'll roll damage.
I'm clicking on the short bow. And
So
then...
go to the chat now.
Oh. Okay. So then attack?
Yep.
Okay. And then advantage.
Normal. Oh, advantage. Sorry. Yeah, advantage.
And then how do I... Oh.
That's a hit. So roll damage on the short bow and roll your sneak attack damage. Yeah, and you'll add all those up.
Oh, so I just click on sneak attack in my thing and then click on damage?
Yep. Click. The sneak attack should be 2d6, I think, at your level. Maybe even just 1d6. Sorry, it's just 1d6. Yeah.
1d6
You haven't got the
normal.
2d6 yet.
Not normal, not critical.
Not unless you crit, which you didn't. So yeah, just normal, and also your short bow damage. So that's the max roll.
6.
So also short bow though. So you also just hit with the regular attack, and you get this damage on top of it. So when you
Nice.
link that short bow, go ahead and click damage on that to roll the damage roll.
Wait, what?
You just have to roll the damage for your short bow.
Oh, so just roll damage on the short bow now?
Damage, yep. Because that's your attack. But you additionally got the sneak
Aw.
attack. That's fine. 10 damage. Arrow comes flying down from on top of this cliff, piercing this creature. Doesn't seem much bothered by it, that arrow. But definitely a good hit.
I'm going
You
back
know
to
that
hide.
you aimed well. You like to hide again? Make another stealth check. That's to duck behind, like, the duck down up on this cliff.
Okay. Woof.
This thing knows you're there now. I think you're not hidden from it.
All right.
I'll do my due diligence here. I'll roll a perception check for this thing. It knows you're there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted to give you a chance, but yeah. That's your turn. Good turn. I mean, good damage.
Oh boy. Here we go.
It is the Yeti's turn. It comes. Let's see. Actually, the first thing it does, actually, you see that this Yeti's eyes glow bright red, and
He's gonna
I need Dorian to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, my best. My best saving throw. I rolled a 5.
You're gonna take. Sorry, 1 second. I messed up my dice roll. Oh, you take 5 cold damage. And you feel yourself becoming so cold that you can't move as you are afflicted by the paralyzed condition. You can repeat this saving throw at the end of each of your turns as well. But the paralyzed condition, it will be on that reference sheet if you have it, but you're incapacitated, can't move or speak, which means incapacitated means you can't take actions or reactions. It's pretty bad. Paralyzed is pretty bad. You fall. Dorian goes stiff, falls over. Actually, you don't technically go prone, so you don't mechanically fall over. That is something that is a thing, so no, you don't fall over. As you feel some icy sort of magical effect come over you. And then this having done that, this thing's going to come charging in. And it's going to make an attack on Savannah.
Oh boy.
My AC is 16.
It's going to hit a 16, and it's going to hit you for 9 points of damage. And this is actually part of this attack. 6 of it is slashing damage, but you also feel that this thing has some sort of supernatural cold effect that hits you for a little bit more, for a total of 9 damage. And it's going to make one more attack on Brilby.
No, Brilby.
Which is also going to be a hit. This thing is roaring, charging in. He also takes 9 damage, just like you. Weird. This thing is brutally, viciously tearing into your allies here. Does the confusion have any sort of effect about taking damage? No, it does not. Okay. So, that's the Yeti's turn now. It took 3 attacks there.
Mm-hmm.
So, this thing is a horrific beast of a monster here. Brilby says, "You have to work together."
I'd love to use all
use
my
your lessons you learned.
I'll
use the
all
lessons you
my,
learned.
My special abilities later.
Dorian, there's not much you can do on your turn here because of the paralyzed
I
condition.
can make a saving throw.
Yeah, you can make a saving throw.
Here I go.
Is there anything about like? Okay, never mind. Yep, yeah, that's all you can do.
Oh, that was almost a 20.
I saw it. It stopped there just for a bit, just enough to tease us.
That didn't do it, unfortunately. You still feel frozen. That's gonna be Dorian's turn. Dagwin, roll a D10 at the start of your turn here for this confusion effect.
Woohoo! Wait, no. Uh-oh.
The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there is no creature within its reach, creature nothing. I'm afraid that you're going to need to make a melee attack against Savannah right now.
Everyone, thank you for
Alright.
joining us for Owl Quest. It's been quite an adventure.
But he's a squishy. My AC should be.
The Wild
more
Magic
than enough.
Surge definitely that's affected the balance of this fight a little bit.
Well, he's got 3
Hold
or
on.
4 daggers, so I mean, you've got that to worry about.
Oh,
Oh,
Good.
happy
you miss,
one. Happy
You
one.
miss. Maybe part of you, resists that effect and it moves it out of the way at the last second. Now, that's all you can do on your turn.
Does he
But
get
you
a
can make another wisdom
throw?
saving throw to try
Yeah.
to end this
Yes.
effect.
Yeah.
And it's a DC
Can
13.
Can I use my Ties of Chaos on that?
Yeah. Does it say saving throws?
Are we sure?
Uh,
Attack
it
roll,
does say
ability
saving
check,
throws,
or saving
yes.
throw. Yeah, that's there tight. Roll that with advantage.
Wisdom. Oh no.
Unfortunately, no. Yeah, you can't shake it off. Does it say anything about like movement? No, I guess that it just says that that determines your behavior for the turn. So that's what your behavior was. All right, people losing their turns here. Brilby's gonna roll a d10. What's going on? He doesn't move or take actions this turn on a 6.
6.
I'm so confused.
6.
6.
6.
Savannah, roll d10 for your turn. You want a 9 or a 10. Ideally.
No action.
No actions. But also you and Brilby both get to roll to come out of this effect, and he's going to do that as well. So he's going to re-roll that saving throw, wisdom saving throw. He got rolled a 15. So Brilby, he comes out of his senses. Nat 20.
There we go.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, now we've got to really play catch up here.
It's a good thing
Savannah
we worked
is
together to
brought
get
out
rid
of
of
that
that effect.
confusion. Savannah, that's your full turn, unfortunately, but you're not confused anymore, which is extremely helpful.
You come to just in time to realize your mortality.
You see this giant hulking monster
I'm going to die.
over you here. All right, that's Torgen's turn.
I'm not close enough to attack.
But you can move. Every turn.
You're the only one that's well, you and Glane are the only ones coming into this with the ability to take actions.
On every round of combat, you can do an action, a bonus action, and a movement. So you always have your 30 feet of movement available to you.
Okay, I want to move close to the beast and try to attack it.
Okay, cool. Which space specifically do you want to move to? Because you just need to be in an adjacent square to hit this thing. So you could potentially be in any... You could even get... well, that's a 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you can get up to here, I probably would say, because you had because Dobbs is in your way.
Don't mind me.
Or you can get over to this side of him. So you could be pretty much in any of these squares around him and still be able to hit him. So where would you go ahead and move to wherever?
That's
Next to
fine.
Brilby, smart. Potentially protect your allies.
I would cheer you on right now if I could.
Thank you.
He's so freezing cold. Yeah, and make your attack. You said you want to attack?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ooh, the long sword.
So click it.
Oh,
got it.
I like that.
That's gonna hit, and then roll damage on that.
How do I roll damage?
Torgen is a bit of the powerhouse of the party here.
Oh,
He said he was a bad monster hunter, but he's a pretty strong character. Probably bad because he never tells anybody about the monsters he's hunting. He just silently doesn't hunt them.
6.
6. 9 points of damage. Okay.
This is our retribution on Dupu. Dupu's been cheering for the wild magic surge. So
I
I'm
think
gonna
it's-
say he caused all this.
It's a
I think
wild
that's
6.
for
So that's your movement. That's your
Surgeon.
action. I don't know if you have any bonus actions available
It's surgeon time.
with your. You can take an attack action. You can take. You can
He
take
does.
shove
Yeah, he's got a special ability.
if you
I
want to attempt to shove this thing.
I want to try to shove it away from the group.
Okay, great. It's going to be an opposed athletic check against this guy.
He probably has like 5 billion strength.
You know, he actually is not proficient at athletics, which seems weird, but that is what it is.
Oh.
There you go. There's this. You push it 5 feet.
Can he push it diagonally?
Push it back.
So it's not in melee range of Savannah? Actually, it might have reach. I don't know.
Shove a creature within. I don't know if you can push diagonally. That's a great question for Google. I don't see why not. It just says 5 feet away from you, so I think that
It would be
in this case he couldn't push it diagonally in the direction that you want.
Right.
He would need to be like where Broby is,
Yeah.
or over here. Then, but yes, I think potentially yes, but in this case he doesn't have the positioning to do that. So he could
That's
push
still-
it like diagonally this way, but
towards
I don't think that
Stagwood,
really
great.
addresses the. Yeah, I think that this
Actually,
is the best case.
Hilariously, that could help.
Maybe,
Hmm?
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Dagwin's confused, he might randomly attack someone in
Yeah.
melee range, and wouldn't
True.
it be funny? Also,
It's up
that's
to you,
one more
Torgan.
target.
Do you
for
want
the
do you want the
Yeti.
guy here or do you want him here? You can do either one.
Close to Dagger would be fine.
Stabbing
Okay.
range.
And once again, I'm not going to remind you on this every turn, but only because it's a brand new class feature. You have an ability now called Action Surge. It recovers on a short rest, so it's not, you can do multiple of them a day potentially, but it gives you another action if you wanted to take another action on this turn.
Ooh, a
You
one-time,
could activate that ability.
a one-time bonus action, or no,
Yeah,
a
we can
save
regular action.
I mean, I don't see why to save it. I mean, if we're in battle, so yeah. I'd
This
like
seems like a pretty dire encounter. Yeah, you feel that this is life and death danger right now. This thing hits hard and it has 3 attacks it can do on a turn.
What can he do with an additional action in this case?
I think he has some movement left where he can move in and attack it if he wanted to.
An extra attack.
Or other actions are the help action, hide, shove, dash, dodge. Those are all actions.
I mean, one good
Attack.
turn deserves another, so I mean, I should probably try to attack it again.
Okay, good. Yeah, we'll have to move in. You could move here. I think you have enough movement left where you could get here. Would you like to move there?
Yeah.
Sending
Okay,
you
good. Make
all
another
my
attack, and then
energy.
that'll be all your turn, plus your extra turn.
Sending Torgan all my luck.
That's a hit. That's another hit.
And then damage.
Yep, damage again.
Hey.
For 8 damage. This thing
Hey.
is now looking bloodied, having taken multiple sword slashes and an arrow to the knee.
Ha.
Now it can't be an adventure.
Top of the turn order at Glane. Glane, you are not currently hidden right now.
All right. Am I able to kind of pull somebody aside during movement? Like grab them by the hand and pull them out of where they are?
You
Hmm.
could. This sounds like a sort of like a shove attack, kind of in a way.
Reverse shove.
I'm gonna say
Kind
that.
of like a.
How does that work?
The
you're
idea
going
is I want to
need-
run up behind Savannah, kind of grab her by the paw, and kind of switch places with her and throw her behind me.
Hmm.
That
The
would be a
hand paw,
willing.
not the foot paw.
I feel like
That'd be a willing grapple. So
it may trigger an opportunity attack, but it may not actually. When you move, you can drag or carry the grappled creature with you, but your speed is halved.
But it's half. I'm already
So
after
you
when I
need,
do
you need
that.
to grapple her, which she could potentially fail on purpose. I think she can just allow you to grapple her. So I think that I think you can. My issue with this is actually your movement, because when you're dragging somebody, you go at half movement, and because you're elevated, I do think that it's going to take your full movement just to get to her space. This is like 20, but we gotta also keep in mind that you are up high on the above the roof.
Mhm.
Well,
Well, actually, being where you're pointing, where that little acorn-looking thing is, I could stop there and pull her behind me at that point because I have a short bow.
the acorn-looking thing.
the bucket.
Yeah, that
bucket.
right
It's a
there.
bucket.
Yeah, whatever.
Right, that's what I'm saying is even though this measures 20 feet, you have elevation, so you only have 30 feet of movement. So I think that if you get to this space, you have no more movement left to drag her.
And I can't use my bonus.
You can use the bonus
Ability.
action dash to get more movement, or an action dash. You have
would I
something called
have any-
cunning action.
Would I have any gas in the tank left to fire a shot after doing
You would
that,
still
or
have
would I
your
just be
action.
standing there?
You would still have your
Yeah.
action, yeah.
So yeah, let me stand where that bucket is, kind of run down there, and kind of pull her behind me because she's getting attacked by that thing and Dove. She's got to go.
Yeah. Okay. You move. This takes 30 movement. You're gonna use a bonus action dash to get 30 more movement, and then you're gonna pull her how far away?
Like pull her to the stone wall behind me. Just hey,
So you can get
back up.
That's 10, 20, leaving you with 10 feet of movement left.
I,
if you
I
wanted
was
to move a little
intending
bit
to be
more.
in. I was intending to be in front of her.
you can use your last 10 feet of movement to move around her. That's 5, 10.
Right there.
So
there.
you can go diagonal, and yeah.
I
Okay,
kind
you
of
can do that.
switch places with her and then draw my short bow.
Okay, make an attack on this thing. You don't have advantage, but you do have an ally nearby. So if it does hit, you get the sneak attack, but you're just rolling straight.
Okay. This is my short bow. Let me go back to that page. Attack. Normal.
You pull Savannah out of the way, get in there. That hits.
Okay, and then I do an
This thing is
attack on
essentially
it.
like not that hard to hit. It's huge, hulking, filling up the whole entire building.
Fine.
And
And
a
also
sneak
sneak
attack,
attack.
right?
1d6, yep.
D6.
Yeah, because you got a teammate next to it.
Yep.
Hey.
Dang, good sneak attack rolls here. Making these shots count. Hitting the vital points on this guy. Yeah, that hurts. This thing was bloodied. It's looking even worse now, but it's still got some gas in the tank as it goes to take its turn. Again, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
No, Torgan.
As this thing looks at you with its intense, chilling gaze. Stares you down.
Okay. Which one's Constitution saving?
So that would be on your character sheet, sort of at the top right of the
The details. tab.
details tab.
Details. Second tab down.
Yep, second tab down. You'll see your ability scores at the top.
Oh.
Right below that, next to your skills, are your saving
Constitution,
throws.
yeah.
So you get a +5 to this. As a fighter, you're proficient in Constitution saves. Ooh, unfortunately, a 10 is not enough to resist this effect. So you take 8 points of cold damage, and you are also paralyzed. And you may repeat this saving throw at the end of your turn as you freeze up.
Literally.
Yep. And it's also going to attack. This is interesting because as a large creature here, you've kind of created a situation where it can't really get to the back line here.
Perfect.
You couldn't go for the person that it wanted to go for either. So it's just going to attack the 2 people right here in front of it. One attack coming towards Torgan. Now, the paralyzed condition. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit. So he needs to roll to hit you, but if it does hit you, this is going to be an automatic crit.
Torgan, don't die.
What's your AC? 18. 18's your AC. Okay, so I mean that's pretty good. Here we go. Here's the attack coming through. He only rolls a 16. Even though you're frozen, he's just like you guys see that he's basically just like punching at this suit of armor that's frozen in front of him here. He's gonna make one more attack. Oops, I didn't need to like that again. That one's gonna be a
That
hit.
hits.
Torgan, no!
Okay. Sorry, I lost. This is a crit.
Oh no.
I'm trying to figure out how they're. Are they adding a dice or are they doubling the dice? Because sometimes it does. Okay, it's double. It's adding the dice. That's what I want. Okay. All right, Torgan. I'll actually roll this just in front because this is a really dramatic hit. It could potentially take you down instantly. Oh, he got some subpar rolls. He got 2 1s in there. So either that you take 9 slashing and 7 cold damage, Torgan. But for a total of 16, you're still up.
You can handle it.
This thing tears into you as you're paralyzed. That's its full turn. Roll another con save, Dorian.
All right.
Having a real
Wait,
good
Turtle
time this
gets-
fight.
Turtle gets one more save.
Does
Yes.
he?
Yes. No. Wait. No.
It's at the end of
At
his
the
turn.
end of
His
isn't it?
turn. At the end of his turn.
Torgrim's turn.
Yeah. Yeah. It hasn't
All
happened.
right, making my con save. Making my con save.
Yes.
Ice. You come out
I
of
fall.
that condition.
Unparalyzed.
That is at the end of your turn, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I'm out of action, but hey, at least I can move.
All right. Dagwin, roll that D10.
6.
6.
6.
So what does that mean? You lose your action.
Yeah.
The creature doesn't move or take actions. Okay, not the worst one. Roll that wisdom save again to try to finally shake this effect off.
That's a
Dagwin's so
nasty effect that we were
freaking
afflicted with.
confused.
Yeah, wish that didn't happen to us for some reason.
I
just don't know what to
do.
Where am I right now? You see
Blessed
that
by 6s.
Brilby he comes out of it, he shakes it off, he says, these things, they hate fire. Hit him with fire. He's going to shoot a firebolt at this thing.
Most things hate fire.
They really don't like fire. He hits with this firebolt. You see that this thing roars. He only does 2 points of fire damage to this thing
Oh,
on a bad damage roll. But you see that this creature seems to recoil at this fire. He seems a little bit diminished at that, as taking even just that 2 points of fire damage has had some sort of effect. Savannah, your turn. You have your full turn this time. It seems, it looks beefy. It looks pretty hurt for like its health, but you think that it's got a little bit left in the tank still.
Well, and I am at 4 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to take a strategic turn, and I am going to use some movement to kind of get in between this, get behind this tank, between this tank and this wall, and I'm going to healing word myself.
Okay, that's a
Meow.
bonus action spell, which leaves you with an action still left. You can go ahead and roll that healing.
As soon as I find the right button. Healing word. Cast spell.
Have you considered, before you do this, have you considered trying out one of your new class features?
Turn
from
into
your-
a
think
from
cat.
your
I
level
only-
2.
I only get to use those, I believe, once a day at this point.
This might be your final day.
Yeah, could be a good reason.
We're not even to the summit yet.
That's okay. Yeah, I mean, do whatever you feel is right. Like I said, just because you just got these features, I'm going out of my way to suggest them. But you can do whatever you feel you need to do.
I add 6 hit points back to myself.
Great.
Good roll, good roll. 6.
Yeah, that is a good roll.
That puts me back at 10. I feel better.
Living with an action, so you can do all those things I listed that are actions: dodge, hide, dash, whatever, to get more movement, or you attack, or cast a spell, cantrip. You can cast a cantrip with your action. You can only cast one leveled spell in a turn, so if you use a bonus action, you can still cast a cantrip.
In readying myself for my next turn, I'm going to grab a handful of pebbles from the base of the cliff and use magic stone so that I have enchanted sling ammo for my next turn.
Unfortunately, I do think that magic stone is actually a bonus action, which you've already used your bonus action.
Oh,
So I don't think you can do that this turn.
darn.
Yep. To touch one of the pebbles. That's something you probably. Yeah. Yeah. You can't do that this turn, unfortunately. But you can still have your action to do something else. That takes an action.
I guess I'll hide.
Okay, make a stealth check. And while you're making that stealth check, we'll move on to Torgen's turn. Torgen, you are paralyzed, so you can't do any actions or reactions, but what you can do is give me another Constitution saving throw to try to come out of this condition. You feel pretty hidden back there on a 19. You think this thing is
Alright.
firmly not paying attention to you anymore.
Torgen. Oh. Ooh.
That's good enough.
Oh.
Yeah, that's safe. So you come out of this condition as well. You no longer have the condition.
Get him, Torgen. Well, I mean, next turn, get him. But
Yeah, unfortunately, you lose most of your turn. All right, Glane. You're
All right.
up.
I'd like to stow my my bow. Is there any benefit or bonus to using my dash action to do a running stab with my rapier?
No.
To
There's
put
no
momentum
bonus
behind
to
it.
that. No.
No.
There is certain features, like charging creatures do have something that involves movement before an attack, but you don't have that feature. No.
So this turn I'm able to move, attack, and then bonus action.
Yep, you can do all those things every turn. That's
Alright.
the action economy.
I'd like to move towards it between Torgen and Dagwin,
Okay.
and give it a plunge with the rapier anyway.
All right. So make an attack with the rapier. If
And is
you
this
hit
a
with
two-handed thing where I can do 2 attacks, or is that only under certain conditions?
You can do 2 attacks. The second attack will take your bonus action.
Oh, I'm gonna just hit it with the rapier then. 'cause I
Okay,
wanna
so
be
start
able
with the
to-
rapier. You could do
Yeah.
that. You could do any of these in any order as well. So let's start with the rapier and see what happens, and then maybe you can
Okay.
use that
Because I
information.
want to be able to disengage if I need to.
Right,
Yeah.
which you can do as a rogue as a bonus action. So
And
very
this-
smart.
This
Prudent.
sword action isn't going to get a bonus from having buddies next to me, right?
It won't get any bonus, but you will get sneak attack if it does hit.
Okay. So rapier, here we go. Attack. No, don't do that. There we go.
That's gonna hit. Damage
Ah.
and sneak attack damage.
So which one do I roll next? Just damage?
Both damage and sneak attack. And a 1d6 for your sneak attack because you have allies. Why's Glane
So damage.
MVP of the party all the time? The rolls are
He was
insane.
like one of the
He
few
never
people
misses. Pretty
who
powerful
started
spells over here.
combat with the ability to actually move.
He never misses.
So so damage. I'm on the attack with the rapier. Do I have to roll the sneak attack first?
Both.
It doesn't matter.
They're both happening at the same time. So your rapier's doing damage, and because you have allies, you're also doing an additional 1d6 damage.
And this will roll just by.
So click damage.
I
First
did.
thing, click damage on the rapier.
Uh-huh.
That's how much damage you're getting for stabbing this guy. So go ahead and do that. So you do 5 points of
5.
damage, but also because you're getting your sneak attack, you do an additional 1d6 damage. So now you're going to roll 1d6.
So go to sneak attack and roll that.
Yep.
Okay.
Additional 3. This thing's looking pretty messed up, but not down yet. So you have a bonus action, so you can use your bonus action to disengage. If
And then
you'd
just
like,
me backwards.
or
Or let's see, because it hide. I'm not probably not gonna be able to hide from this thing. I'm really.
I don't think you can realistically hide in the
In its face.
spot that you're in. Yeah, you need to have something, some kind of cover or something you're hiding behind, or a shadow. Yeah, something
the other-
realistically.
What's the other? Disengage, hide, or dash? And I already. Well, no, I could. Oh, but if I dash, I would be leaving it without disengaging, so it would get to fight me.
Yes, it would take
Yeah,
an
all right.
opportunity attack on you.
I'm just gonna back up on disengage then.
Okay, so that was 5 feet, and then that's 10 feet, so you potentially have 20 more feet of movement. I'll let you decide that movement while this Yeti... actually, go ahead and decide where you're going to end your turn at.
I'm actually going to go here.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that.
All right.
Okay, this thing, Glane, as you're moving away, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
What's this about?
What?
This thing is staring at you as you leave. It's finally got eyes on you.
This is
you feel a
even though I
chilling effect.
disengage, it gets to do this.
This is its turn. It didn't take an opportunity attack. It is now taking its turn.
Oh, I see.
So it's using its chilling gaze ability on you. You are going to take some cold damage. 12 points of cold damage. A bad one.
Oh,
A bad one. And you are paralyzed, essentially. You're frozen, which gives you the paralyzed condition. It's not going to take its attacks.
That was just a warm-up.
second form.
Lack thereof.
It makes 2 attacks again on Torgen, who Dagwin hasn't even done anything to this thing, so it doesn't even register Dagwin as a threat. Dagwin's just been like spinning around in circles over
Dagwin
there.
has been the greatest threat in this
He
combat.
actually tried to help it a little bit by attacking Savannah. Both attacks are misses though. With your high armor class, you're fully alert now. Got your shield up. This thing, heavy blows coming down on your shield.
He can dodge.
But
He can
both
deflect.
Miss. Dorian,
Oh, I
it's
get a
your
turn.
turn.
What,
You get a turn.
how much
Wow.
damage did Glane end up taking? Did you say?
He took 12 points of damage.
Ooh.
So did you? You didn't. I'm gonna change that for you, Blaine.
Ooh, we got a lot of people in the red here. Okay. All right. This is fine. I'd like to take an action, please.
What?
Excellent.
All right. Okay. I'm not even sure if this is worth doing.
Forget one thing. It's not that important, but as it's attacking you, Torgen, you feel that like the fire singeing its eyes from the firebolt. You feel that these attacks are coming in a little bit uncoordinated at you after taking that fire damage.
This may be a huge boon to Glane, if even combat makes it that far around again. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire,
Okay.
targeted in such a way that it only hits our foe here.
Yeah. You could just like kind of put it behind him to only hit him because it's a 20-foot cube outlines.
Oh, I get to select a location and everything.
Yeah, have a
Look
little
at that.
add-on that has a measured
Oh, how
template for spells.
Fancy. How
So
fancy.
when you cast a spell, it automatically places a measured template. So
All
it
right,
will
the
offer
measured
to place.
template has been placed.
Great. Is there a saving throw associated with Fairy Fire?
Yes, I see it as a DC 13 dexterity, which
Okay, it's
I
gonna-
don't know
it's
how
gonna make
dexterous this
that-
guy is, but we're gonna see.
It's not that much dexterous. That was a sentence. It rolled an 18 though.
Well, then Fairy Fire
Restoration.
does nothing.
It lights the pavilion on fire.
Something that you notice about this creature is that it also seems magic resistant. As you cast, somebody
Ooh.
finally casts a spell on it. You feel that your magic.
I'm the first caster to get an action.
Yeah. You feel that it's actually resistant to magical effects. This creature, something about it. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you can think about it later.
Well, at least everything's nice and pretty and lit now.
Yeah, beautiful like aurora borealis of light, like
Aurora
fills this
Borealis.
fills this
Located
area.
entirely in this area?
It's more likely than you think.
All right, well,
Fighting through my paralysis, I look back at him and kind of give him a thumbs up and a nod, like, nice.
all right, well, I've got to at least use my bonus action, Healing Word on Torgen.
Okay.
Let's get that out.
I'll let you go ahead and cast that while Dagwin starts to go, just to save some
Alright.
time. So
Dang
you
it.
can do that.
It hovered on the 7.
What does that mean? Let's see.
I think I'm running.
Use this alt movement and a random. I want you to roll a d8, and 1 will be up, and then going clockwise will be the directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you move. Use all your movement to move in a random direction, which is down. So you're going to move straight down 30 feet. This creature is going to make an attack on you as you go by. Because it's turn at the end of its next. Okay, so you this is a normal attack. What's your new AC?
15.
It just misses. Because of that mage armor, it rolls a 14 and just barely misses you.
gonna
as
get you.
This big claw like bounces off this like bubble of armor.
Where is he? Torgen. I
I
gave
see
you
Dagwin just sort of walk off into the woods.
4
You're
health.
actually, you know what's crazy? You're actually
4.
10 feet away from
Four.
a cliff. This is a cliff down here, and it
Oh,
drops
fun.
off steeply.
Oh, it sure does.
So you see Dagwin just start to walk towards a cliff.
Oh.
Thank goodness.
But you come to your
Oh.
senses.
Finally.
Yeah.
All right, so those effects are finally all over.
It's such a strong spell.
Brilby
yeah,
is just going to
what
try to
level
hit it
spell?
with another firebolt. He's gonna use. He probably would have moved last turn. Honestly, I kind of forgot about his movement. He misses, but he does use his movement to get away from this thing. So he moves over here. Savannah, you're back up. This thing looks weak, you guys. It's breathing heavily. It's moving slowly. It's sort of swaying a little bit.
It's in a very bright square.
It's at a bright square. Yeah.
Honestly, I was kind of hoping it'd be dead before it got back to me.
Well, what would you like to do?
Well, I also have the ability to cast Fairy Fire, so I know how it works. And I saw that it distinctly did not work when Dorian cast it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to take that as a clue.
Mhm.
And,
This thing seems resistant to magical saving throws after you see Dobbs cast a spell on it.
yes. So we're just going to, do what I thought I was going to do last turn. We're going to use that bonus action to do Magic Stone.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can use your action to go to attack with that right now. So you use the bonus
Exactly.
action to make those stones.
Then my sling, and I just kind of poke my head out and attack it.
Sure. Yeah. What does Magic Stone do exactly again? It gives you if thrown, has a range of 60 feet, hurling it with a sling. Bludgeoning damage equal to 1d6 plus your spellcasting. Okay, so yeah, make a sling attack. Should be +5 is what you get with this. So you're using your sling to do it, or you can throw it. It actually doesn't super mechanically matter.
Oh, 6.
11.
11
Six.
does not quite hit this thing. Unfortunately, it goes a little bit wide. Sorry.
Laugh.
Mm.
And then I'm
Alright,
just gonna
Torgan.
put it
Hoisted
right
by our
back
own
behind the
6.
Just gonna hit it with the longsword again.
Torgan, Torgan, Torgan.
Torgan.
Oh!
Ooh.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Torgan getting the good rolls here.
Ah.
Oh, 5 damage. Guys, this thing is absolutely... I mean, I'll just tell you straight up, it literally had 6 hit points left. It has 1 more hit
Six?
point. You see this
6?
thing...
6?
You see that this thing is at death's door.
All right.
It just needs a little bit of a
pressure,
push.
Glane. Wait, a little bit of a push.
I'm paralyzed.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Torgan can't push it?
I don't know if it would do any good.
Well, it doesn't do any damage, yeah.
14 saves. You come out of it.
I'm back up.
Okay. Who's even left? Who hasn't he used his? You're. Well, Dagwin.
Oh, because
No.
we can't get reaffected by it.
Savannah. Who told you that? You don't know that.
I mean, I'm not.
You're not looking at the stat block, are you? You're looking at the stat block,
No,
are
it
you?
was just weird that you mentioned that you're looking for someone who hasn't been affected by it. That's all.
All right, Savannah, make a Constitution save. While you're doing that, I'm going to roll these attacks on Torgan, because that's the person who's right here.
Oh, my
we're
entire
just going
turn
to
was
do
coming
that.
out of it.
Yes.
But I'm in
Yep.
cover.
It sucks,
Okay.
doesn't it?
But I'm
It
in
does.
cover.
Staring contest. Go.
I mean, you're in cover, yes, but mechanically that doesn't mean he can't see you. Because you did spend your last turn making an attack at it. You haven't made any stealth checks or anything. And yes, being in cover, you know, it has mechanical advantages like increasing your AC, but you're not out of line of sight just because you're in cover. And this thing is actually made of glass as well, so I don't think in this circumstance that he can't see you to do this effect.
So Constitution, you said?
Yep,
It's all right. We're gonna be knocking it out.
I respect the hustle. We can knock it out, take it hostage, bring it back, put it in a chest. Torkin,
How did you know my plan already?
Savannah, you take 14 points of cold damage. That's actually the most heavily
Yikes.
hitting one yet.
Ouch.
With an 18?
That means
Sorry.
you're not paralyzed.
Oh, I looked at the wrong roll. No, you save. You don't take any damage.
Yeah.
Sorry, I looked at the wrong roll. Sorry, my
Like,
chat
wait,
my
what?
chat log is kind of backed up. I looked at the wrong number. No, you're good. You don't take that damage. One of these attacks hits. Torgan, you take 12 points of slashing damage. Or part of that slashing, part of that's cold, actually.
Torgan, you better not go down.
I'm dead.
You're not dead. You're down. You're making death saving throws. So you're not dead yet. You go down. You're not dead yet. But that's his full turn. And seeing that you are dead, you do go down. It is going to use its movement to close with Glane. But it doesn't have any attacks left. Okay, Dagwin, you're fully free of your confusion effect.
What about what about
Is it not somebody
Dorian?
else's turn?
What about
Oh,
Dorian?
I'm sorry. I skipped Dorian. I don't know what's going on. I'm messing everything up at the end here. It's Dorian's turn. Yes.
All right. All right. First off, it's my last spell slot for first level. I got to do a healing word for Torgan.
Okay.
Torgan, get back up! Right now. I need more targets for it to focus on that aren't me.
That's
The
all.
healing word is horse.
The healing word. All right, let's see here. Come on, come on. Again with the 1. Well, puts
4
him in the
hit points
positives.
is enough to bring him out of the negative. It's good
Yeah.
enough.
I don't even think they have negatives anymore. Wake up, Torgan.
Nope. You're back up with 4. So as soon as you go down, before you even hit the floor, Dorian is rushing in with a healing spell. You actually
Alright.
are prone, but you are conscious with 4 hit points now.
All right, well, that was my bonus action.
Mhm.
And I'm not super interested in closing the gap here. But I will say some unkind words to this Yeti after he knocks out Torgan.
You might kill it with a harsh word.
I know. I mean, Torgan and I have had some, tough things to work through, but we're trying to mend things. So, seeing him go down, I've got some harsh things to say about this ugly Yeti.
This is going to be a
Perish.
wisdom saving throw. Now, this thing is not particularly... Well, it's not
And-
bad-wise, but it gets advantage on this because it's a magical saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
DC 13, right?
Yep, that's mine.
I rolled a 2 and a 3. How does Tobbs use vicious mockery to kill this Yeti?
I'll see you in Yeti hell, you son of...
Magic
Explodes.
energy hits through this thing's magic resistance. Does 1d4 damage if you're interested in rolling damage.
I mean, sure. Let's go ahead and boop.
The Yeti explodes. He does. Imagine just blood everywhere. That goes flying off like you Fusro Da him into the into
Perfect.
the ravine.
That is
He
the
only had 1 hit
coolest
point.
thing Glane has ever seen.
The Yeti dies.
It was already. You were already dead. I just had to get it to realize it. I'm gonna drop concentration on this stupid glow light show that I've started
Yeah.
that did nothing.
How's everybody looking at the end of this fight?
I'm You know, a little worse for wear. I had to expend a spell slot.
It worked out, I think.
I mean,
Getting that mage armor up was
I've
good.
been
gosh.
better.
It helped a lot.
you spent the entire battle attacking us and then running away.
You see Brilby walks out. You pass the test.
Don't.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
Slowly
Brilby
clapping.
shook. No, Brilby looks shook. Brilby looks absolutely. We're gonna have to write to
I'm not even
corporate
sure
about
what
that one.
happened. I tried to stab it.
You did good, Dagwin. You did great, buddy.
You got it, Dagwin. No, Brilby looks like he did not. This is not part of the test at all. This is not part of the corporate mandated experience.
Corporate mandated Yeti.
We all get Yeti mugs.
I defeated a mountain
Marty.
Yeti and all I got was this stupid mug.
I'm actually wearing my Yeti shirt.
Cool.
Perfect. A
I
refund on
skin
the
it?
free package.
Brilby says that it's not too far to the summit now. He says you guys should be there soon. What I'm concerned about time-wise, out of character,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about doing the final ski segment. I'm not sure that we're gonna have time to get to that. There is a whole skill challenge.
We could patch that
Where you
on
guys
to
are
the,
gonna go
to the
skiing.
start of next
Some
session.
of us could die skiing.
Yeah.
So,
Let's have a little wind
yeah.
down here.
Can I skin
So-
the Yeti?
yes. Go ahead and make. Let's see. That sounds like a survival check to me. I think.
Yes.
I'm gonna put my hand on Glaine's shoulder and tell him that this
Yeah, you
is
did-
not
you
gonna
did
fit
s-
in a treasure chest.
Yeah, you were talking about like selling furs to the creme back at the lodge potentially, or maybe you could do something else with this fur. You see, you go to skin the Yeti, you find it's like riddled with wounds and arrows, and
It did explode after all.
it did
It's just not
explode.
very
Yeah,
good quality fur. It's
yeah,
not
you
worth
get
it.
like bits of fur, clumps of fur out of
Sorry
there,
about the explosion.
but it's not in great condition. Yeah, I don't know if it's successful.
Might I recommend that before we push onto the summit, would it be unwise to perhaps collect ourselves for a moment? Maybe take a short rest.
A quick stop.
Some kind of
I think that's a great idea. This is our first short rest of the game. In D&D, you need to take a long rest every day, or you suffer exhaustion. But you can also take short rests. They're about an hour long, and you can roll hit die to regenerate your HP. So let's all do that right now. You can also recover short rest features. Certain features come back in a short rest. So if you go in your character sheet, I think there's a thing you can click at the top that says short rest. It's going to ask you how many of your hit die would you like to roll. I don't think we have too many hit die at this level.
Should be at the top near your level 2 emblem in the corner.
It's a fork and knife for me.
That's enough to bring me back up to
It's a-
full?
There you go. Yeah, 1d8. Yeah, your dice is a hit. One. Do you guys all just have one hit die at this level? I don't remember.
Mine says 2 available.
Okay, so you can roll up to 2. You can roll up to 2 of those. Those will, if you take another short rest, like you won't have these, right? You can only spend these once per day.
You have a limited pool per day.
So yeah,
Well,
you
I
can
can
just
do
take short rest. You're actually spending some of your hit die to do this
So-
healing.
But, like, if you
So-
have 2, you can choose to only use 1.
Right, exactly. You can save one for later.
Can
If
you
you're pretty hurt-
choose to not use the hit die?
Yes, you can do that. Did it force you to? Did it force you to roll one?
It did not force me to, but
But you didn't need one.
yeah.
Yeah, you can just save it in case you take
So
another
we-
short rest.
We each roll 2.
If
You,
you,
you
want
roll
to.
as many as you want to roll. So
get that many per
you know,
day.
Yeah.
You can only use them while resting.
There you
You can
go.
save
Fully
them for
healed.
later. Look at that.
You got a 5 and a 7, so that's the 12 hit points of damage you took. That should
Yep.
put you back at full.
Or 2 4s.
Okay, so you get 8 hit points back, whatever that puts you at. Brilby will go ahead and take a short rest too, because he took some damage. So Brilby's gonna roll a couple of his hit die.
Oh, you know what?
He's
Wait a
almost
second.
up to full.
I have something for this.
Oh, you do have something for
I
this.
have a
don't
level
you?
2 feature for this. While
Beautiful.
we're all resting around the pavilion, I'll strum a little melody to kind of keep my fingers warm, and imbue it with a bit of magic, a bit of that bardic arcana that will allow anyone who is choosing to regain some HP to regain an additional D6.
Great. So anybody who needs a little bit more health, can roll an extra D6 and maybe get that brings Roby back up to full. He didn't quite get there, but with your Song of Rest.
I'm back to full.
Nice.
Ooh.
Helpful.
Beautiful.
Since I did basically nothing except yell at a Yeti.
He just yelled him to death.
Oh.
Savannah will take a seat next to Dorian and pull out her panpipes and just kind of play along and
Yeah.
add harmony to whatever he's strumming.
And then Glane. And then Dagwin just starts yelling, singing.
Dagwin's like Mongolian throat
Yeah.
speaking.
He's singing in Goblin.
The Broby says, yeah, the music is very, very powerful. Music might be the most powerful force in the universe. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Anyway.
Well, anyway, let me finish telling you guys about these pipes.
Start playing slightly
Now,
louder.
this is a 3mm pipe. We had
Dagwood
to get a
holds his
couple of
hand to
these.
his head, feeling
We
the
had to screw
confusion
these
coming
on.
back.
Pull out my bagpipes that I'm not proficient in.
No, we ran out of copper, so. Yeah, you guys take a short rest for an hour here. And I think that's, there's not really much more we can do with the 10 minutes we have left. So I think
that's great. A little bit.
that's a good stopping point. At the
Some
next session, you guys are going to go on the actual skiing. He says the summit's right around the corner. We're going to do a skill challenge.
That's what he says.
We're gonna play a mini
Yep,
game.
skill challenges, yep. That's what they call
Yeah,
them,
we're gonna play a
adventurers.
mini game.
Yeah, we did a puzzle.
Would you like to hear the
did,
tutorial?
This is all normal stuff, adventuring stuff.
You fellas know about timed hits?
I see the action economy on this bad boy.
Oh man, that was an action economy battle there. Just getting an action.
Yep. All
Oh
about
my
the
gosh.
action.
And it's weird. I feel like we lost about 3 actions per turn, not due to the Yeti, but due to some other.
Strange.
Yeti was a strong monster
Thing.
for level 2s, but there's 5 of you guys. This is a strong monster for sure.
Its strength is pretty wild.
Wild, you say?
Uh-huh. I did say that.
And Dagman's got one locked in there already. He already used Tides of Chaos.
Mhm.
Next spell, he's ready to go again.
Great. Cool. I love it.
It's very funny that the first one was something bad. I think that is very funny because
That
there's a
is
lot of
pretty
them that do
funny.
like nothing, or just do flavor stuff.
Well, I guess it wasn't a fireball.
Fireball probably would have been worse.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think that would have
Possibly
maybe.
more useful.
Fireball
really
probably would
out
have
the
put
party.
you and Big B and Savannah down immediately.
Big B.
Big B. I love
Brill
him.
B. Keep calling him Big B. It's a totally different guy. You haven't met Big B yet.
Huh? Yeah?
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, now maybe I'll add him.
Big B.
Because there could have been a lot of things that could have helped you, too. Could have just kind of some 5th level magic missiles on this thing.
What's the,
That's
it
the
up.
beauty of wild magic surges.
what's the
can
average
be
damage on a
useful.
fireball? Like 20?
It's 8d6, I believe.
Oh gosh, that's worse than I thought. Okay.
Or 68, I don't remember. It's 8 and 6, so it's whatever that is.
Something like 28 damage, probably.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So
On
does this game have
average. But you can
experience that gets-
potentially save for half.
We're doing
ahead.
milestone leveling.
Yeah, we're doing milestone.
So we'll just level up when Al says it's time to level up.
Basically, yeah, it's up to the DM, but you level up when thematically appropriate, or after completing some sort of mission, or like.
It's a good
It's
way
not
to
just.
do it.
I think it's better than XP.
Mhm.
Also, because the more people you get in the party, XP calculating gets really wonky, in CR. It's all based on CR, and it's based on like forward level. Like 4 people of this level can fight a CR of this level, and then you like do calculations of the XP. It gets to be a nightmare trying to figure out XP.
It's good to just eyeball it.
kill
Say,
it.
like, we've played long enough. You guys level up.
Imagine
We
if
kill a big
corporate
Yeti, nothing
mandated-
happens. The ski trip, we all level up.
Yeah,
Maybe,
corporately
maybe
mandated.
something like that. Yes.
Team building exercises make you more powerful.
I skied really well. And
They
now I
do.
can cast fireballs.
This is an important team building exercise. The team had to work together to defeat this monster. This is the beast.
We murder things all the
We work
time, but
together really
working
well.
together.
Especially
I feel
Dagwin.
accomplished.
Couldn't have done it without Dagwin.
So
that mage armor I did prevented a lot of damage.
Yeah, you were basically a tank.
I kept you from getting hit once, which could take you down. One of these hits could have taken you down, I think.
I didn't say it was damage on me that it prevented.
Mm-mm.
It's prevented a lot of damage on the Yeti. You're right. That's wild magic for you.
Yeah, baby.
Big B.
This thing had a lot going for it. The Yeti. I already know that you guys were looking at the stat block. Bad players.
I was not.
It
didn't
has a
look
chilling
anything.
gaze. It can make 2 attacks. It has it's resistant to magic, which is just a lot of things going on.
Look, you say the word, who has it not hit yet? And I'm like, okay. I
And
understand.
this is not one of Torgen's creatures on his list. This is just random Yeti.
No. Target doesn't see a creature on this list. Not this creature on his list, rather. Sorry. Not a Yeti. Looks like a creature that's native to this area. Sort of a snowy mountain creature. All the creatures on Torgen's list are out of place here in this region.
So we killed something minding its own business. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, yeah, it's just sleeping. Just
We're looking
sleeping
for
up there in a
shiny
snowbank.
creatures.
Didn't bother you at all.
Until it
It was
tried to eat
nice.
us.
It was friendly.
I feel like it was the aggressor here.
It's a good guy. You didn't
He's a
really
good
try to
guy.
talk
You
to him.
never
or
even
get to know him.
never got to learn his name.
And all backstory.
Oh man.
Now you
Well-
have to throw it all away.
Al, this was wonderful. Thank you again
Thank you guys.
for another wild and woolly session.
I made this map today.
It looks great. I especially
It
like
does look pretty good.
the
Slapped it together real
the
quick.
kind of perspective of the trees off the cliff. Kind of the
What's
smaller
today's drawing?
trees to.
I saw you
Yeah.
doodling.
Well, I didn't doodle much tonight. I've got.
Was there a doodle?
This is really good. This is tonight's doodle.
Okay. There's more. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's good. Out of context, wild image.
Yeah.
But the other one is also great.
Oh yeah. This was going to be sidestepping, hiding a goblin under a coat. That's
yeah.
what you can see it. You can see it now. There you go. All right.
One goblin in a trench coat.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I guess we'll do. We'll pick up with session 4 next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh, just a quick
As always,
a
treat.
I won't be available the evening of the 4th. I will be on vacation.
All right. That will be 2 weeks from today. Take note,
Okay.
everyone.
First weekend in August.
So a break between episodes 4 and 5. Plan accordingly. All right. Well,
I'll be starting to go back to work then
oh man,
soon.
the beginning of fall.
At the end of the next
early.
episode, Savannah will be turned to stone. We will just carry her
Then
around.
we'll have a filler episode. All right.
Savannah goes. We finish skiing. Savannah goes to bed and says she doesn't want to see any of you for 48 hours.
Perfect. I guess we'll have to figure out exactly what we're gonna do. Like if we're gonna
I'm
do
taking
some
a
kind
cat
of,
nap.
I don't know, filler, non-consequential episode, or just skip entirely.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But-
I mean, we might be able to do something.
We'll see.
I guess one thing is, if you guys use any resources or spell slots, make sure you mark those
Ah, yes.
at D&D Beyond after. Can I make that a
Oh.
make sure everything is consistent in D&D Beyond because this pulls from D&D Beyond. So, or you know what? I could just maybe not do an import. Just not. But do that. But I think I just won't import anything.
All right.
But do make sure you're keeping track of your own things in D&D Beyond because I'm not going to go through and check all 5 people's
It's a
things
lot.
every time.
It's
Yeah.
a lot. All right. Well, everyone, any round the room sign off messages?
Tons of 6s today. Can't move for 6s.
Big B.
Bigby.
Good night.
Turtle.
I have nothing.
Dove.
I'm really glad that I get so much use out of my wild magic.
Mhm.
Dang.
Farewell.
All right. Everyone, have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Mark.